Alors bonsoir et bienvenue à un autre épisode de Vintage Kids. Welcome and a brand new episode of the Vintage Kids, you know, with a lot of rum. Alors cette semaine, nous allons avoir plein de sujets, là, des sujets extraordinaires là, qui vont vous parler là, comme ça. Là. So this week we're going to have a few subjects that we're going to talk about. I know sometimes the subjects are not as good as it should be, but you know, we try to do our best, me and my team, you know. So let me just make sure that everything is under control. I have to put the brand, there you go, that's the right information down there. Alors, c'est la bonne information. Nous sommes bel et bien à l'épisode 56. Hein? Ça fait 56 heures et beaucoup de minutes que vous m'écoutez, là. Puis c'est correct, hein, parce qu'à un moment donné, t'en as plein le cul du fil, là, puis tu dis, c'est tout le temps la même affaire, puis je chiale, puis c'est correct, tu sais, ça fait partie du fun. It's part of the fun, you know. Donc, cette semaine, comme vous voyez ici dans le bas, là, ici, là, qu'est-ce qui est marqué, là? As you can see down there, it's written that we're going to talk about 3 subjects. The first subject is the strike that is going on in Hollywood right now. We're going to talk about the new Ahsoka thriller. And I'm going to try to do something new today. I'm going to try to show you the thriller. I just hope that there's no lawyers that are going to knock on my door. And that the stream won't stop. I don't know. We have to try it to make sure that it works. Donc, this week, yeah, so we're going to try this. Donc, cette semaine, on va faire ça. On va essayer de faire un petit test là, avec l'annonce d'Ahsoka. Je vais vous la montrer, là. Hein? Ben oui. Je ne sais pas si ça va marcher, par exemple. Peut-être qu'on va se faire couper. Peut-être que les avocats vont cogner à ma porte puis ils vont porter des oreilles de souris, tu sais. On le sait pas. Tant que c'est pas Kathleen Kennedy qui vient cogner chez nous, moi je suis correct. As long as it's not Kathleen Kennedy that knocks on my door. Because I'm going to say, come in, we need to talk. All right. So first up, we have to talk about this strike that is going on right now in Hollywood. I haven't done tons of research on this, but we need to talk about one thing. Am I in Yoda's workshop? I think you are. Welcome aboard, Jim Arsenault. Good to see you. So we have to talk about this. There was actually a similar strike that happened in the 1960s. That lasted for I don't know how long, and the thing is, it's yeah, you picked the correct format. What's up, man? It's Ian Bennett. Good to have you aboard, guys. So the issue in all of this, of course, is money. What I've understood understood, ce que j'ai compris, on dit en français, ce que j'ai compris, je sais que je suis correct, is that before, the writers would receive money depending on the money that the movie or the series would make. Talk rules, strike. Yeah, like I said, I'm not aware of everything. I didn't spend hours looking into this, but I here's my opinion and here's what I understand. And it's hard to say that I'm going to give you my opinion on something that I don't know 100%, but I'm going to give you what I've learned, information that I've got. So, yeah, prior to this, people would make money depending on the success of the movie or the TV series or whatever was written. Nowadays, it's not like that. Is you write something, you get your paycheck, and you shut the fuck up and you go buy your groceries. And even if the movie that you've worked on makes billions and billions and billions of dollars, you're gonna see no penny more than what you've received. So that's an issue. That's a big issue, and I totally understand. And the thing is that the money that the people actually receive is a very, I would say, very low income. For someone that is a writer, it's about 27Ks a year, which is, you're even poor in Canada if you make that kind of money. I mean, over here, to be considered poor, I think it's like 21 or 24Ks. So, Canadian. So that's about, I don't know, 15Ks US. So I totally understand that 27K is not much when you're working on something. When you write something that makes billions and billions and billions. So 17K is poverty. See, in the US or in Canada. Yeah, so that's not a lot of money, considering that you're working on something that makes. I'm poor, man. Welcome to the club. Let's keep on buying Star Wars shit, man. Canada. Yeah, I think it's not 17. I think it's 24. Before that, it was 21. And recently I've checked because, as you know, I'm not working anymore. I haven't been working for the last 4 years. So I had to check what was considered to be poor. And I'm poor. But I still have friends. And that's priceless. Okay. So, no wonder Kirk doesn't want me to go to the basement. I won't leave, man. Where's the cheese, Kirk? Okay. Okay, sorry. When I laugh like that because of me, it's because maybe I consume too much, man. Okay. I still go to work. I just don't work. Yeah? Phil... Not here, man. Phil's not here, man. What? Hello? That's a good one, man. Okay. So, that's the big issue. And I totally agree on the fact that it's not fair. It's totally not fair. And the reason why I want to talk about this is that now that the actors are also on strike. Perfect. That's great. Great idea. So it's like, you can write down whatever you want, man. We're not going to play in your shit. So find yourself new AI shit actors. So anyway, donc, I'm going to say it in French. Donc le problème, c'est que les gens font comme 27 000 ou 24 000 piastres par année US et c'est considéré quand même pas un super gros montant d'argent quand tu considères que ils travaillent sur des projets, ils écrivent des films qui font des milliards de piastres. Et ils ne reçoivent pas une scène de ça. And here is my big issue on this. And this is why, when I saw this is the reason why it felt almost personal. Because we've seen this so many times in the past. So our friend Bob Iger, and please don't shut me down, but I'm going to say what happened. Our friend Bob Iger, who is the CEO, he came back to the CEO of Disney. He actually gave an interview, and I don't know if you guys saw it. And he said, I'm not inventing anything. I'm saying what I've heard and what's available on the internet. He says that the requests of the writers are impossible. It's like they're living in a fantasy land. Bob just said to be nice. Bob just said be nice. I'll do my best, Bob. So he's saying that paying them more than 27K is irresponsible. It would be irresponsible. It would be too much. Okay, so here's my big issues with this. First of all, like I said, these people are actually writing down stuff that will make millions of dollars. Millions! And my other huge issue with this, and like I said, it's not the first time. It happens everywhere in the world. There's this guy, the CEO of Disney, that says that it's irresponsible to give more money to the people that are actually making these movies a success. Okay? And this guy sits down in front of cameras, and do you know how much money this guy receives every year for being the CEO of Disney? 24 or 27 millions of dollars a year. I understand it's not the same job, it's not the same thing, but come on. A guy that receives $27 million a year saying that people that are paying $24K for making Disney and the movie industry what it is by writing down good movies, that it's impossible to pay them that little amount of money? Come on. And I've heard some actors, and Ron Perlman was my favorite one. He went straight to the social media and said, like, he was the what's the character that he plays, the red character, come on, I've got Hellboy, using his Hellboy, that should give all the writers Kathleen Kennedy's salary. Yeah, they would have to hire more writers, man. Anyway, so Pullman says, I'm gonna burn down your fucking house, man. He went right very heavy, man, on Bob Iger. Yeah, problem solved, man. You're totally right. Anyway, so Hellboy kind of said to Bob Iger, you better watch out, man. I just loved it. I loved it. So anyway, so that's a big story. And many of the actors are they just can't believe what Bob Iger said on TV, and I can't believe it. And we, like I said, we see this more and more nowadays with big CEOs or big companies or even governments that like they're not, they don't take the time to think or to see the facts, to see the numbers before they talk. It's like, I'm not gonna pay them more. That's way too much. Oh, and by the way, I make 27 millions a year. 27 millions of dollars a year for being CEO, and 24K is too much. Come on. Anyway, so Navarre should pay Bob a visit. Yeah, totally right, man. So anyway, it's just I don't think it's the fact that Bob actually realized what he said. I think these guys, these person are very intelligent. I consider them really intelligent. Okay, no question. But sometimes, like, man, where you don't live on the same planet. It's the reality is not the same, and it drives me nuts. Anyway, so I hope this will be fixed as quick as possible. I hope that the big company's gonna wake up and realize that these people are the ones that makes movie and TV show great. And I'm gonna give you this very quick example, okay? I mean, the big problem is that nowadays they want to make more and more stuff as fast as possible. And they start doing production. They're going into production and they don't have a script. They don't have nothing. They know that they have to do the movie, but they don't have the script. So, how can movies be great when you're doing episode 8 and 9 without a completed script? Donc, comment est-ce que les gens... c'est quoi le gros problème aussi qu'on a? C'est que maintenant, ils commencent à faire des productions sans avoir même un script pour pouvoir filmer. Ils inventent au fur et à mesure parce qu'il faut que ça soit prêt vite. Vite, il faut que ça pogne. Chris, ça peut pas être bon si c'est pas écrit avant. Ça marche pas de même. Bon. Another thing. People are afraid of AI. And I wanted just to give you an example. Now they think that they'll be able to use AI to create more and more good scripts, so they don't need the writers anymore. And there's actually an example of this. It's not about writing, but it's about a job that AI did. They use an AI and they didn't use people to create that thing. And if you are watching Secret Invasion on Disney Plus, you'll see that all the animation that you see at the beginning of that show is there's no one that worked on this. It's completely AI. They wrote down something, put some stuff into it, and they did an AI intro. Donc, une des problématiques qui arrive aussi avec ça, et la raison pourquoi il y a une grève, c'est qu'ils veulent se servir de plus en plus de l'intelligence artificielle. Et il y en a un, si vous écoutez Secret War, Secret Invasion sur Disney+, le début en animation, il n'y a personne qui a travaillé là-dessus. C'est seulement que l'intelligence artificielle qui a créé ça. Donc, il y a plein de monde qui ont perdu une grosse job parce qu'ils ont utilisé ça. Puis eux autres, ça leur a coûté fuck all. Anyway, I totally understand that the company always have to make more and more and more and more and more money. Just a minute, I think my mouse. Okay, there you go. Anyway, so that's the big issue, and I really hope this will be fixed. I really hope that we will not have to watch movies anymore that the scripts are not even ready after, like, before 2 weeks before the movie's been shot, and they decide that somehow Palpatine returns. Yay! Okay, so that was my first subject. I really hope that thing will be fixed. Donc, c'était mon premier sujet. J'espère que ça va s'améliorer. J'espère que ça va se régler. Je sais pas combien de temps ça va durer. I don't know how long this will last. But I'm really happy that the actors actually also join the writers on this big story in Hollywood. And I'm not going to talk about the, oh, it's Jimmy V. Is Jimmy V in the house? Jimmy V is in the house. So, yeah. I'm not going to talk about that movie with the kids stuff. Perhaps we'll talk about it in another episode, but yeah, that's a very touchy subject. Je veux pas nécessairement parler du film là, de la vente des enfants puis tout ça. C'est comme ouf. Yes, I'm in the house. Oh, Jimmy V is in the house, man. Yeah. Okay. Second subject. Maybe we're gonna talk about Comic-Con right away, and we'll do the thriller after. Old stories and start making original content. You're totally right. That's another problem. Ian, you're totally right. And that's something that I'm so sick of this. Remakes. They're still using something that worked in the 80s or worked in the 70s, and let's do it with this new star. And that even fits with what I was talking about last week with Indiana Jones 4 with Shia LaBeouf. You know, Shia LaBeouf was like the big guy, and let's use this guy, and he's gonna be the next Indiana Jones, and and we're gonna stop trying to make money on something that really worked well in the past and trying to not fix it, squeeze it even more. Instead, why don't you pay your writers correctly and they'll give you great script? And they're remaking Bullet with Bradley Cooper. Bullet. I don't know what's Bullet, man. Perhaps I haven't seen that movie before. I don't know. One of the big issues that I just can't, I'm sick of, is really remakes. I mean, they're remaking again The Chocolate Factory for the third time. Please stop. Please stop. Anyway, okay. So let's talk about Montreal Comiccon. You say, why? We're not in Montreal, Phil. We don't give a shit. What's a horse? Ass, horse, ass? Ass, horse, ass, horse, horse, ass. Oh, it's a Steve McQueen movie. I don't think that I saw it. That should be in the late 70s, perhaps. I was like 5. Anyway, I don't know. I'm going to check it out, though. I have to check it out. Okay, so I want to talk about maybe for a few. You're at the rink. What do you mean you're at the rink? What are you doing at the rink, man? You're playing hockey? It's classic. I'm gonna go check it out, man. That's for sure. Good to see you, buddy. Even if you're at the rink, it's good to have you aboard. My friend Joe is in the house. Work on that slap shot, man. Okay. So, why I wanted to talk about Montreal Comiccon. I used to go to the Montreal Comiccon and have a table there for not Yoda's workshop. It was for Yoda's workshop, but it was not our Facebook group back in the days. I used to sell stuff on eBay a lot. So I used to go at the Montreal Comic-Cons. And back in the days, I was lucky enough to meet Peter Mayhew, Lando. I've met several actors, spent time with them. I jumped in the DeLorean. Tons of stuff, great stuff. Back in the days, it would cost me $100. $100 to have a table, okay? In 2019, just before the pandemic, they should make a remake of Slapshot. They did. They did like Slapshot 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, please kill me. My oldest is skating. Nice. What? Why aren't you skating? You need to skate, Joe. It's a good thing. It's okay. Don't watch out. Put your helmet because the heist really hard. Okay. Yeah, well, it's kind of a remake, Ian. It's like they did follow up, and the brothers are there. Voyons, comment il s'appelle? You know, the brothers. Yeah. Anyway, a crap shot. Yeah, it was pretty that. It was pretty much that. Okay. So back in the days, it would cost me like $100 to have a table back at the Montreal Comiccons, and then in 2019 there was one in Laval. Laval is the city right next to Montreal. It's the island next to Montreal. By the way, Montreal is an island. If you don't know about that. So yeah, the Hansen, the frères Hansen, the Hansen's brothers. Thank you very much. Brain. So I went there, and it cost me $600 to have my table. $600. So I said, okay, that's a lot of money, but I want to go there. And I was just starting Yoda's workshop. I was trying to get that thing started. So put the foil on Phil. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on my brain, man. En train de mettre du foil, t'as vu-tu? You should. The thing is, the thing about Slapshot, very quickly, the reason why it's so amazing is that you have to watch the French Canadian version. The reason why it's such a success is that the French Canadian versions got so much swear words, and they speak. They don't use the French, the international French that they have to use when they're doing movies. And it's like they're talking just like us, like "asti tabarnak," using big curse word. And back in the days, it was one of the first movie that used so much curse words. It was amazing, and it's still amazing. Get back out there again. It's very expensive. It's expensive. She has skating twice a week. Oh, cool! I went back to. Man, that's great. Synchro team. Wow. Man, that's good. Yeah, so if you have a chance to, you can find it on YouTube. Write down Slapshot French. You won't understand shit about it, but man, just it's so funny. Okay, that was about Slapshot. So back to Montreal Comic Con. So I went there. Cost me $600 to have that booth. Donc je suis allé au Comic Con de Laval en 2019. Ça m'a coûté $600. You have to keep in mind that $600 that you pay for have that booth. I don't have a company. I have a Facebook group. You know, I don't have an Inc. or a registered company, so I cannot use my what it cost me to be there to put it on my loss at the end of the year and gain back a few of those dollars. So I have to pay that $600, and before I actually make a buck, I still have 500 US, $50 US. I would have to sell for $600 of my personal stuff as well to gain back that $600 that I just lost. So, and nowadays in 2023, there hasn't been a Comic-Con in Laval, but there was one in Montreal this weekend, and I didn't even check how much it would cost me to have a table over there. I'm pretty sure it's now $1,500 for the weekend. So I think it's sad, and I totally understand. I mean, it's great. It's great. The Comic-Con is great if you go there and you go there to see to live the experience as a visitor. That's perfect, man. Tons of cosplay, tons of great actors. This year there was all the cast of Smallville, the cast of. There was a lot of actors from The Mandalorian. The Armorer she was there. Anyway, great actors from Aliens. Anyway, tons of great actors. It's always amazing, but again, it's getting so big, and you have to pay so much money to not be there as a visitor, but being there as an exposant, have your booth there. It's sad. This is why I want to talk to Michael about this. If I'm able, and I really want to go next year to the ICCC, I don't want to go as a visitor. I want to go as Yoda's workshop. So I don't know how much Michael charges for a booth in Nashville, but I would love to have my booth there, man. Yoda's workshop. I wouldn't sell shit. I would just be there. Hi, it's Phil. And I would certainly do a Vintage Kid live from Nashville, brought to you by the ICCC. You know, that would be great, man. But again, if it costs like $1,500 for I'm not gaining anything about this. I totally understand that stores, they don't care about giving $2,000 and being there, because even if they don't make money, they're going to write down at the end of the year, okay, we lost that amount. We're going to get back that amount with the taxes and tax reports. Anyway, so that was my little something with Montreal Comiccon. Again, I'm not saying that it's bad. It's totally great. I personally know some of the guys that are actually working on this. They're great people. But anyway, so Jason... Hi. Please lower your fucking price. Anyway, okay. So, up next, I wanted to talk about the new Ahsoka Tano. Allergies. Allergies is brought to you by Coke Zero. Cherry. Okay, so there was the release of a new thriller of the upcoming Ahsoka, and we've talked about this before in another episode, but I wanted to show you guys the thriller. Thank you. I'm gonna use this because I'm gonna there you go. I have to tell you this very quickly. When my daughter was little, because she was little back in the days, she was eating her spaghetti. Faut que je compte ça. Ma fille Kim était en train de manger son spaghetti, and she was like, I don't know, 1 or 2 years old, and she was eating it, and she sneezed. She sneezed, and she was eating with tomato sauce, pasta with tomato sauce, and I used to cut her long spaghettis or make sure that she wouldn't choke. So she sneezed, and she got, and there's this little pasta that just came out of her nose like this, and she was like, "What the?" And I remember I went there and took that pasta with my fingers and start pulling. I pulled and then pasta about that long out of her brain. Ooh, and she was like, "Oh." Okay. Yeah, there's the Vintage Kids for you. Phil, you don't have much viewers. Yeah, but I'm counting. I'm telling crazy stories. And I don't care about numbers. Okay. Anyway, you see it here. Spaghetti non. Cerveau à ma fille qui était petite. C'est tout. C'est juste ça, je l'ai dit. Okay. So, what I want to do today, I want to show you the thriller of Ahsoka. So, if you don't want to watch this, just leave. Because you're going to see some spoiler stuff But that's the thriller. I'm not gonna show you stuff like, oh, I think I found that picture of whatever is gonna happen, man. So, okay. I just keep on remembering that. Okay, so I downloaded the thriller, and I want to. I'm gonna try to play it for you. I'm gonna mute my microphone. I'm gonna mute my microphone. I don't know if the sound's gonna work, but let's try it. We're gonna watch it all the way through, and then I'm gonna show you some images and talk to you about some stuff that I saw that I think might happen, or stuff that perhaps you're gonna say, "Oh, I haven't seen that, man. That's great," or "Oh man, I haven't seen that. I didn't want to know about it." delete. Okay, so let's try this. I'm gonna mute my microphone, and if you don't have sounds, please let me know. Okay, I count on you. Let's do this. So I mute my microphone. Now you can hear me. Now you don't. Yes. Yep. Okay. Let's do this in 3, 2.
War is inevitable. One must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power, such as you've never dreamed.
I've spent most of my life fighting a war. That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one. You and I both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can. But I'm counting on you to see this through.
Nice haircut. Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings. If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain. You have no power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Okay, we're back. Okay, so I think we might have lost some images. I think my internet just went crazy a little, but let's hope that. Yeah, okay. So let's hope that Facebook's not gonna cut me because I showed you this. So there's tons of new stuff in this thriller, and I want to talk about it, and I want to show you some Easter eggs that I think are pretty great. I don't know if you guys went and watched some videos about this, but I don't know if I put myself. Oh yeah, I think that's better. I'm here. Okay. So we definitely have more images of like the new kind of baddies that we think are actually like working for the Empire, or we're not really sure. It's actually the guy that died not a long time ago. I don't have the names. I didn't do. I'm not doing like a total work on this. I'm just gonna talk about a few things, and I'm sorry I don't have the names of the actors and the characters. But anyway, just want to say that this girl is a real badass. I mean, I just can't wait to see her character, because just by what we see of her, she looks amazing. She looks like I want to see a complete movie just about that girl, and I have no clue who she is. I don't know the actress. I mean, just she's so in that character. It feels like you believe it right away. Great casting. Let's see now how she actually acts inside a complete show, but amazing stuff. So I love this shot, is amazing. She just jump on this guy and using the force. I just want to show you again how quickly she moves and jump on this guy. And I'm going to cut off the sound. Perhaps you're just going to see her jump right into that face. Take a look at this. Boom. There you go. That was quick. It's like, love that shot. Details. Love details. Okay. This shot is also interesting because they don't actually get shot at. They actually receive their own laser beam that they just shot. So I love this. I just don't like the fact that this guy actually like jumps way back, because when you receive a blast, you're not supposed to go like crazy back, and maybe he gets actually pushed by the force anyway. So not supposed to jump like this. Okay, let's move on. I love the fact that this guy actually says, let me get to the right. That's another great corridor scene, like we used to see the real Flash. Yeah, I hope it's better. I haven't seen the movie yet. Just can't wait to see it, because supposedly it's so bad. I just can't wait to see it. I love it when people are telling me, oh man, it's so bad. It's so bad. So I always watch movies thinking that, okay, people hated this. I want to see why. Anyway, can't wait to watch the new movie. And I mean, man, Michael Keaton is back as Batman. How can this be so bad? Just for having Michael Keaton back in the suit, it's worth watching the whole thing. Anyway, we're not talking about Batman. It's DC. It's probably bad. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see the CG, but that's another. We'll make a complete episode on this once I've seen it. So I love this shot. This looks really like a corridor scene, and he looks also badass. It's so sad that this guy died in real life. He won't be able to. That's the only glimmer of hope. Yeah, I mean, hey. Michael Keaton is a glimmer of hope. He's been a glimmer of hope all his life. No, I just can't wait to see Beetlejuice 2. Okay. So, I love the fact that there's more information on this guy and who he is with his little Padawan, because the girl actually has a dread of a Padawan, just like in episode 1. And he actually says, we are no Jedi. So this guy actually think that, oh my God, you guys are Jedi. You're coming to save us, or you're supposed to be nice. And like, we're no Jedi. Eat my short. And you actually see the girl in the background kicking ass. There's tons of people dead already. Anyway, okay, let's move on. What's next that I wanted to talk about? The fact that this red logo. Why is it red? I mean, red is Sith. I don't know what it means, but it certainly means something. The Clone Wars in the beginning. They're showing up in the Jedi ambassador ship from the Clone Wars. Yeah, is it an ambassador? I thought it was like a... I thought it was a ship like in the Empire Strikes Back that actually leaves the Andor. But you're totally right. There's no space underneath for the cargo. It's not a cargo ship. So you're right. I don't know. I would have to check if it's a Jedi ambassador ship. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, so let's move on. I hope that you guys are able to see what I'm doing and it's pretty clear. Okay. So, Ahsoka, same stuff that we've seen before. Here is something interesting. This is on the wall where I think she's heading at the beginning of the first. Yeah, it's not an Imperial shuttle. You're totally. It's not an Imperial shuttle, and it's not the one that leaves Hoth, and that we see. Is it a? We see them also in Return of the Jedi. Anyway, okay, love this shot because I'm wondering if this is not the sister that actually saves Ahsoka in the Clone Wars. So. Maybe some of you guys know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to go into this very deep. But if you've seen the Clone Wars, Ahsoka actually dies, and she's saved by a sister. That there's a sister, the father, and the son, the brother, and the sister actually gives her life to save Ahsoka. And this is why there's always a bird, kind of a bird that always follows Ahsoka everywhere that she goes. Okay, love that shot, and I presume that this is actually inside that temple, but again, I'm presuming. Here's a shot of Tron that we've already saw. Now we can actually see a little more of this temple. We thought it might have been the worlds between worlds that we saw in Clone Wars, and I think it might be an access to this, where we might see some time travel. Again, they're trying to introduce time travel everywhere, and you guys are so late. I mean, Doc Brown did this in 1985. That's probably why they brought Doc in the last season of Mandalorian. Okay, anyway, love this set. I presume that they filmed this in the volume, but I just can't wait to see what's real and what's volume-y. I hope the CG is going to be good. So here is that girl that I was talking about. Like I said, she has like this thread, like a Padawan, so the guy with the beard is probably her master, but she's no Jedi. She's no Sith. We don't really know what they are yet. So here's the, was that her ambassador or something? In season 2 of The Mandalorian, she's back. She's probably been saved. I was wondering if that ship was not a prison where this girl was stuck there, and they actually went there to save her and trying to find Thrawn. So yeah, because as you guys can see, she's actually using something, a map, and does this look like the map that we have all access to see all the planets and that we used to see, like where's Tatooine and where's Coruscant? I don't know, but she's doing something with this. And she actually opens up this World Between Worlds. Not sure if that's World Between Worlds or is it just a map. I don't know. But I love the fact that they are actually doing some great visual stuff with this. It really, if you guys remember Worlds Between Worlds in the Clone Wars, it actually looked like this, but in a much bigger scale. Okay. Look at her face, man. She's so into that character. Oh, man. Wow. I mean, can you imagine a girl coming inside your room like, it's going to be your party, man. Oh, there you go. I thought these were... Oh, we can see the ships a little better. So it's probably one of these ships that we just saw. That's the calamari ships. But I'm wondering if it's not the same one that we see at the beginning of the thriller. Okay, let's move on. I want to show you guys some stuff. Of course, we're back with the... I've talked about this. I'm not going to talk about it again. But this is actually not Ahsoka Season 1. This is more Rebels Season 5 or 6. We're continuing the story of Rebels. I'll send you a pic of one of I'm talking about. All right, cool. Great. Good idea. James, good, man. Okay. So, of course, you can see that she's not flying the Ghost. She's flying that little ship that goes inside the Ghost. I have no clue what she's running after. I hope this is not a part of the Death Star. Please stop with the Death Star. But it looks like a cannon. Looks like a cannon to me. Okay. So she's flying around. The chopper again. We've seen chopper in the past. Now, I'm wondering if this is not the same place that we actually see everyone in Return of the Jedi. With the meeting just before they go on Endor. And that she is actually standing where Mon Mothma would stand in Return of the Jedi. Okay, let's move on. I'm not going to talk about what they're saying. I just want to talk about a few Easter eggs. Love this shot. There's a gong droid. Now we know that they are actually huge batteries. Okay, I'm going to do this. Going to move. We saw that shot in the first thriller. This is actually the same highways that we see in the Clone Wars on Lothal, on the planet Lothal. So love this shot. Love the fact that there's actually a little cat on her helmet. I don't remember the name of the cat. I'm sorry. Like I said, I just want to point out a few Easter eggs. Or not Easter eggs, but a few things that I thought was interesting. I'm going to put this shot back because she's actually saying that... Ahsoka actually saying that she walked away from Anakin. So Anakin was not able to do her training completely. And that she actually walked away from Sabine. So I'm wondering, why she's walking away also from Sabine? Is it because Sabine started to go to the dark side using the Force for the wrong reasons? And the thing is, we don't really know if Sabine is Force sensitive. She trained with a lightsaber. Well, she actually trained with the dark saber and not a lightsaber. And we can actually see her later on the trailer that she's fighting with a lightsaber, and I think it's the lightsaber of what's the name of the kid? Man, my brain's not working well. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move on. So she's saying that she moved away from her. You can see that there's actually a conflict between them, and at the end of the of Rebels, they're actually leaving together to find Ezra. Thank you. That was the name that I was looking for. They are looking for Ezra, and they are looking for Thrawn. So we can imagine that Ahsoka tried to train Sabine with the Force to become a Jedi, but she walked away. Why? We're gonna know more later on that show. Also, that's the shot. I saw so much comment on that shot, like, yeah, be my Jedi. Okay, and here's something that I wanted to show. There you go, right here. And you say, what's the point, Phil? Well, here is a very cool Easter egg. This is actually the replica or the exact same droid. That shape is actually the same shape that Kenner used to make the R2-D2 in 1977. Go check it out. I don't have a picture with me. I don't have a droid with me. But it's actually the same shape of the R2-D2 from Kenner 1977. The big eye and the two triangles with the red light and the blue light. It's the Kenner R2-D2 droid. So I just love that thing right away. Such a, man, that's R2, but it's not really R2. It's the Kenner R2. Thought it was amazing. I hope they make Force Senses. They don't make her. Yeah, well, Ezra is actually a Jedi, so he's been trained. So yeah, I think she's gonna be a Jedi, man. Sadly, like Bo-Katan learned to use the dark saber and that train. Yeah, you're totally right. Oh yeah, she says she has no power. You're right. She says that she doesn't have any powers later on in that show. You're right. Anyway, so I wanted to show you R2. And that's the cool part, because she actually says to Ahsoka, she called her master. So it really tells us that Ahsoka tried to train Sabine. So I thought it was interesting that she called her master. And the funny thing is, was Ahsoka ever a master? I don't think she was ever a Jedi master. She's always been Anakin's Padawan. Was she? Was she a master? I don't think so. She never sat down on the... she never had a Padawan before. Anyway, so that's an interesting thing. So let's move on. There's Ezra. We saw that shot. We can actually hear him talk. And he talks about being a Jedi and stuff. She decides to cut her hair. Here's a good shot of her helmet. And I love this. I love this shot. Do we see it a little more before? I'm gonna go back. No, I don't think so. So here's a cool shot of her in front of that mural. She left before Anakin even became a master. So it's weird for her to have Sabine call her a master, because she's no Jedi and she's no Jedi master. So I thought it was interesting. So moving on. So she's in front of that mural, and that's the same thing, that same mural that we see. And there's actually the same shot that they replicate in real live action when she puts her finger on the face of Ezra. It's the same shot. We can see them leaving for the next adventure. August 23rd. Okay. That's the same stuff that we saw her fighting in the first. There you go. That's the mural I was talking about. It's the same mural that we can see at the end of the last episode of Rebels. And she puts her finger right on the face. Go check it out. It's exactly the same shot that they did for the last episode. Now she's fighting. There you go. There's your first shot of a space whale. So here are, I don't remember the exact name of the space whales, but these whales are going to be very important in that show because they'll be able to show the way. Where is Ezra and Thrawn? Love these shots of huge. They look huge. They look really, really big. These things looks like enormous. Okay, so there is your first shot of Thrawn, but this shot was actually leaked a long time ago when it was first shown at the was it celebration in London, I think. So he looks okay. He looks great. He looks. I hope. I just can't wait to see him like in real full Thrawn mode. So that's a great shot. Here's a shot interesting. We were talking about she doesn't have any powers, but she's trying to do something. She's not like saying, "Please don't touch me. Please, Mr. Weinstein." Ooh. So she's actually like trying to use the Force, I think. And there's a girl saying, "You don't have any powers, man." But is it because she forgot how to use her power? I don't know. And she actually uses this lightsaber, and I think it's Ezra's lightsaber that she's using right now. So it's a great shot. I love the fact that the guy is actually saying to Ahsoka that Anakin had good words about her. And if you listen carefully, you can actually hear Vader's breathing. I'm going to put it back and listen to this. I'm going to put the sound back.
You have no power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
It's very subtle, but you can actually see Vader one shot when he says Anakin has good words or whatever he says. So, okay, let's move on. Is there more shot? That's an interesting thing. She's like running away from an explosion. This thing is about to blow up, and it doesn't look like it's been shot at. It feels more like there's something inside that is blowing up. So I don't think it's like someone showing up with a shooting with a starship or whatever. And it's not the Death Star shooting. Please, no Death Star. Anyway, she's running away. Again, this is the droid that we saw in one of the Clone Wars series. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. He's actually the one that is voiced by one of the actors that play the Doctor Who, and he is the droid that helps younglings and Padawan to build their lightsaber. So why is he there? Why is he working with Ahsoka? I don't know. Just can't wait to know more about this. You can actually see. I'm gonna put it. Okay, so there's so much images, but there's tons of images that we've already seen, and there's stuff like I don't have, like, I'm not. Oh, I think in the background there's actually like Scooby-Doo. No, there's no really Easter eggs that I think that is important telling, but love the fact that now we know that there's a Sith Jedi Inquisitor. There's a Inquisitor right there. Which one is it? I don't know. Some people are actually saying that this might be Boris Offrey, that she actually turned and became a Inquisitor. Love the fact that Ahsoka is actually waiting to make the Anakin move to stop the blade, but it makes me really think of Obi-Wan's facing Grievous. So go just check it out. She's waiting, and then she stops the blade at the right moment. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. So I just can't wait to see what this show is going to be all about. Is it really gonna feel like the continuation of Rebels? I think it's going to be a lot like this. But if they want to merge everything at their next movies, like they want to make like a Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of thing, and end up at Endgame, it's gonna have to make sense. I hope, and I've talked about this in other episodes, somehow Palpatine returns. I'm afraid they're gonna have to put more and more of this stuff to include more information to patch their mistakes, to explain somehow Palpatine returns, because they've been doing it in the last Mandalorian a lot. So anyway, okay, we've been talking 8 minutes longer than I was supposed to. Yeah, so tonight was a different kind of Vintage Kid. I didn't have any clear subject that I wanted to talk about, so I decided to do 3 subjects that there's a few things sometimes that I like. Am I going to talk about this? I'm going to talk about, I don't know. I might put up another survey giving you guys the choice of what you guys want me to talk about with you for next week. So I'm going to try to find a way to watch The Flash very soon. I want also to make a special episode on The Walking Dead. I've been watching The Walking Dead, Fear of the Walking Dead, and I just can't wait to see what they are doing with the Paris one. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about this tonight. So, guys, this was fun and interesting. Ahsoka looks good. Yeah, we are all suckers on Star Wars stuff, and I mean that because it brings us back to our childhood, and it brings us back to so many good memories, man. It's so important for so many of us, and we are all living on the same space rock, but we've never met each other. And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about every Star Wars fans, about every kid that grew up watching these movies and being blown away by what George Lucas created and how good the script was. Because he took the time to write it. Anyway, so that's it for this week, guys. In a few weeks, I might skip a week because Audrey's going to be on vacation, and we'll take time for us. So I'll let you know when this is going to be our vacation week, but I'll let you know when it's going to be sure. We'll have the right date. And so that's it. So guys, if you have any suggestions, you have any questions, if you have any, just write to me. Send something on Yoda's Workshop, or send me a message, private message. I always do my best to reply as soon as possible. So guys, thank you very much again for being with me on this Vintage Kids adventure. We're heading to our 57th episode, and yeah, I'm not gonna stop because I'm enjoying this, so I hope you guys also are enjoying it. So see you next week, and again, be safe, be good, be wild, be you. Enjoy life because it's short and it's amazing. It's great hanging out with you guys. Bon, j'arrive pour la fin. Michel, va l'écouter, là. Tu vas pouvoir l'écouter sur YouTube ou tu vas pouvoir l'écouter sur Facebook. c'est correct, ça va. C'est ça les reruns. Hein? Dans le temps, là, quand tu mettais le show à TV, tu ne voyais plus jamais. Là, toi, tu as juste à peser sur un piton, puis ça marche. Alors, bye tout le monde. On se revoit très bientôt. Have a great week. And kiss your wives for me. Ciao!